Greetings, my dear Cancer. Welcome to my channel. This is Ron from Terror of the Twin Sun. I shall be doing a special reading for you, special in the case that it has to do with situations that are relevant to you, but are a bit in the distant future, having to deal with these recurring themes of forcing yourself into a type of movement. Okay, fluidity is really keen here, really important. And it's perhaps important that you embrace that aspect about you, some sort of opening. Might be occurring for you in your seventh house. So let's go ahead and get started. I shall be working from the deck from the Portugal Spanish area of the world. This is an alchemized deck. It's two decks and one. The Casanela Ma deck, Tarot Legitimo, as well as the Jogo de Carta Cigana de Sorte deck, which I picked up from the streets of Lisbon about a year ago now. So we'll go ahead and get started. Please clear your mind, my dear Cancer, and free yourself from anything that is holding you back. Relax. Clear your mind. Whoa. Intense. It was rather intense. Relax, clear your mind, thank you. Once again, this is a situationship reading for Cancer, a release reading for the month of May 2020. Okay. Okay. There is something that you have been able to process and move on from. A sense of the Father is here. The Father, and the Father plays strong in your ability to crystallize and perhaps ground yourself in some way. Look to the Father's energy. Also, the gateway is opening through the portal of Gemini and Virgo, as well as the opposite of that, which is having to do with philosophies or principles. Ninth house matters. There's something about you that is essentially taking force and creating from certain rays that are opening up for you. The sun is here, and it gives you a sense of structure, as I've mentioned. The sun in this particular deck with the Lenormand. Now, there's something about your vision that is coming into being, and it's important for you to perhaps take heed that your thoughts and your willpower is quite strong now. There's something very active inside of you that moves forward and propels you into something. Okay, it's a good form of magic here, and it's bringing you happiness. This came after essentially a great degree of understanding, something about a lack of communication with another person, one that was averted or not sent. You seem to have understood the words that were said about this person in the darkness of the night, in your journeys as the hermit, as in going inside and finding some sort of sacred flame within you. there is something in the dream world that you've encountered, and there is a message that you were able to open up and perhaps understand the motivations of someone who was not acting in the highest of clarity. Like something about them was very muddled. Their loyalty is secretly still towards you, but they find it a challenge to be committed to this thing. This is a relationship that you've had that has been very challenging in many different ways, mostly in that you are trying to find the relevance behind it, the truth, and you're shining light on it. This is your manifestation, this is your will. And it's proving to be a bit of a challenge at the same time. There is a sense of communication coming through your ability to shine and perhaps give this person a sense of your light, okay? Yes, there's also the possibility that the world's events and the sun is essentially casting very bright ways of seeing the structure within this. One of very poor communication and one of disloyalty. You're trying to understand the lesson of it all, why it all happened, why there was a falling out. Okay, this is placing you into a stance of deep contemplation, of trying to see and analyze something through the etheric plane because of a lack of proper communication, to eventually find the truth and to stand by your truth and to listen to your intuition when it comes to something of ill fate. A very deep connection is here, very, very deep, the one that is involving a type of letdown because of the inability to say what is properly meant to be said. But in your analysis and in your subconscious, you're able to understand a degree in which this thing had an element of being very deep and very beautiful in a way, but something about loyalty and something about ill fate comes into play here, and you're trying to understand why the wheel wasn't working in your favor and why you weren't feeling as healthy or as stable about the knowledge. And in a way, you were transcending a type of victim or savior mentality. There still is that aspect about you. You're trying to give your energy off to this person, but what in turn you should actually be giving it to yourself. It's also a possibility that that you are no longer loyal to this person and that you are not willing to say anything to them or send them a message. You find it a challenge, but at the same time, they are trying to impart some sort of truth onto you who they see as a ray of sunshine. At the same time, their defenses are very up and they had some sort of falling out with their external world or perhaps with you in the past. Okay, let's move on. That portal is closed. We shall now open the second portal for my dear Cancer. Dear Cancer, please relax and clear your mind. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you. Okay, this is your second portal, and the mountain is coming out again as a form of challenge when it comes to communication, when it comes to you feeling like you're being taught something. That is the beauty of the mountain. It sits fixed, yet is full of wisdom, and it possibly erodes over time, but only because of the natural forces of air and the element of water. Okay? There's something here about you trying to make sense of some sort of anxiety, an anxiety that involves being stagnant or perhaps trying to set anchor in some sort of new perspective and trying to ground yourself properly in the realm of emotions. There's something here that has been challenging you and challenging your communication style that has to do with the erosion of your well-being. Okay? This has to do with a love that is still a source of compatibility for you. Perhaps you've met someone new and there's something about you that is trying to be committed to you, but at the same time, there is a possibility that you are indeed the source of love and the object of affection, and this person means to commit. However, commitment is strong here, as well as the higher design of some form of spiritual connection given through the Hierophant, or Maestre in Portuguese. Also, O Caro in Portuguese, the chariot is here. There is your card, so I'm reading this more as your energy. You're being charged with the degree of Taurus here. Some sort of sensuality is awakening for you in Taurus season. And not only this, it's sensuality that is almost necessary for you. There's something about your home and your ability for it to be a foundation for an emotional reservoir, an emotional sanctuary for you. Therefore, you are not making a new beginning towards this person. You're very hesitant because you might see them as a bit arrogant, even though they are quite lovely. Something about this person also has to go through a chapter of understanding emotions that have already passed, um, as well as the ending, the sense of an ending here that has been for the betterment of their own health as well as yours. You're coming in strong as still wanting to move forward, but not being able to. You are torn because you are grounded. You're trying to ground your emotions, and these emotions are a bit challenging in a way, and this person is a bit challenging in the way that you are trying to make communication with them, or they feel a bit saturated with the way they are trying to be firm in the wisdom that they obtain. But there's something of a shedding here that with time leads to a type of realization, a deep one that has to do with death and transformation of the physical body as well as the subtle body. Something here that they're going through is a big change. The only element of fire that I see is within the candle that comes around death. So this is a very macabre situation. There's something dark about it as well. Because of this, you cannot commit your time, but there still is a strong sense of health that is important for you. There is a secret here, a secret that revolves around survivability, as well as even a deeper secret that involves your own empowerment that you find with your external world. Um, Look to that, because that will give you a sense of why you can't really nurture the situation anymore with someone who may be egotistical, or perhaps very Capricornian, very Saturnian in a way. There's something Scorpionic and Saturnian about them, some sort of change that is inevitable, that is effacing them in some sort of way, and you can't trust that sort of commitment that they may offer. There's something held back about your emotions, even though you long for a type of commitment. Your passions lead elsewhere. This person is still spying on you, and there is a possibility that they will make communication if indeed they can find the wisdom within them to actually see where this is going. But they have to drop their ego first and also deal with emotions from the past that are essentially stagnant, as well as chipping at their stability, chipping at what they find to be prominent in their life, okay, which is very self-serving, okay, and it's important for them to go through that change, whatever they're going through, and for you to find your power in the external world by leaving the domicile, by leaving home for a while. All right, that is the second portal. We're getting through this real double quick, aren't we? And this deck is by far my cheapest deck, but it is the most valuable in a way that it holds a gravitas. This is a very strong deck. I love this deck. Please clear your mind, my dear Cancer, and I shall chatter away with the free flow of intuitive knowledge with your situation. This is a situationship reading for Cancer. Clear your mind, please. Relax. Thank you. The fourth portal is now open. The third is closed, or rather, the third is open, the second is closed. This is your third portal. Okay. Pardon. You want change to happen. There's something that you're trying to envision, something that you secretly desire but haven't been able to become empowered by this desire. A desire inside of you, something primal, is being squelched, it's being held back. You can't seem to desire a person who is so self-bent on expectation. They really want to find balance with themselves, but every time they do, they go through a cycle of anguish and a cycle of masochism. They enjoy the realm of expectation, whomever this is. You have lost desire for this and you're looking for a change but can't find it. The change is something you have to let go of, possibly this situation, in order to find health. Health is really important for you. Your health is your wealth. Not only that, there's a deep reservoir of water that needs to be released as well. This is a purging reading, one that you so desire but cannot fully comprehend. Yeah, there's something about the inner actor inside of you, what you're trying to do or say, is being blocked, and you can't seem to say the right things because there is a growth mechanism here that is blocked. And it seems to me that you can't be birthing any new actions right now. You want to communicate to this person. It seems to me there's been a disconnect because of the pain that is involved here. But like I said, this person enjoys the pain as well as the pain of expectation. Something about this person is showing up again with the main lover, and there's something about the romance of this story that is disempowering for both of you. This person is also trying to look to find grounding elsewhere, somewhere outside, and they seem to not be able to find that. Therefore, they're becoming stagnant and toxic within. There's something about them having to release a form of love that filled on is fulfilled through power plays and the expectation of certain things in order to balance things out. But then expectations, as you know, as you probably will learn, is that they are very one-sided. They're very subject to change, especially through the subjectivities of this person. This person is somewhat of a subject for you. They symbolize in a way something that you cannot grow or grow from. You want to release somehow, but then there still is an inner longing to make action and communicate for some reason because of a type of love that you may truly have for them, but it is not truly reciprocated because this person is fulfilled by their idea of power and by their idea of enslavement. When it comes to a past life situation with this person, they were above you in some sort of way. They restrained you in some sort of way. They could have been very dominant. And there was something about a plantation or you being enslaved in some sort of way or indentured, okay? The karma here is very great, but there still is a commune, some sort of connection that you have with this person that's about release and then being set free, and then from a distance sending your love or sending your respect somehow, okay? Hopefully that wasn't too scary. I do appreciate your candor and your grace, my dear Cancer. Thank you for letting me read for you. I am open for private consultations if you would like. I am in my About section there, or the details of my channel. You can find my email there. Otherwise, thank you very much. This is once again Ron from Tarot of the Twin Sun. Please like, share, and subscribe, and thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye-bye.